So I just made my other video that was before this one that I'm about to put in my iced coffee harbor road, and I walked down this way when I was making the other video, and then the two black guys walked by when I got out of the bird's nest, and then I stopped the video and I sat down and I wrote on it for a second, which I'm about to copy and paste it because I wrote on the other video, and now I was headed back to my moped, and my straw was getting kind of skinny, but it was so much information in my soul that the Satanists were trying to say, we see, you're not a scientist. You got owned. But they were bitter, and they said, we are scientists, because they seen the glory of Morris's literature and science in the nation. And they said, we are not bitter. We are literaturists. But they were owned in Satan, and they had given their souls for Satan, and they could see. But when they seen the glory of Morris, they said, we will steal it, specifically and erase his soul. But the magic jar, like, you have to think, 2015 was Big Reese. I already had these emotions before Combi. I already had this intelligence before Combi. I already had these emotions, but I forgot in 2017, albino Stingy. They said, we see, but I already had these emotions in 2017. But my fatness and my eyes versus my chubbiness was of the essence. Hell, I wouldn't go for a black girl. I mean, you could be out trying to see if you're pretty. But the niggers hated Maurice Rogers. They hated Maurice, and I went to Job Corps and I went to Christ Temple, and they say we see. But they had already said we see before Hutchinson death in 2017. God was in control. God was in control, and all the hours and all this time and all this distance. I'm just now returning to where I bought this iced coffee while seeing the pretty white girls. And all this distance, God was in control. He was in control. And but God said, Reese, as I sat by the window, it was like I just earlier I had threw something in this same garbage when the NSA was all around. But earlier I stood at the window and I was too shy to tell them, hey, to come. But I was an Army veteran, and socially, what were you socially? But the albinos cried out, we see these eyes in secret. We will not be exposed, they said. We will make a crafty device of our soul, and we will make a melody. But God said, Reese, I see. I made ATL. I made the soul of Pilar, of literature. I made the soul. But the Satanist said, nobody will see. We will put schizophrenia in him socially, and we will steal his literature. But God said, I don't think so. It was picture square, but the picture square without Morris's heart and eyes of soul was nothing. His intelligence for writing stories from the eyes of east to west of Pilar the athlete. But the Satanists were mad, and they said, we will write our book. But I was cubbing it, and the albino Stingy was all around my mirrors. My reflection was cubby ugly. My reflection was cubby ugly. but nobody could tell me that the white woman was pretty.